Awesome. Thanks so much for the little introduction there, Austin. So yeah, I'm here to kind of talk a little bit about the misunderstanding that comes with online advertisements. So some business owners believe that you can just throw money into your Facebook ads and Google ads, and when those leads come, they're just going to buy and be paying customers, which is actually incredibly incorrect. So as a sales representative, I would love to see the leads that are given to me just close themselves, but that's not, unfortunately, how it works. It really takes my diligent follow-up, needs analysis, presentation of how my product solves their problems to ultimately close that sale. So this has actually been a trend with our own customers. So the customers that are implementing a sales follow-up process and strategy for the online leads that they've generated are actually making a lot more revenue through this process than the businesses that do not have a follow-up process in place. So that's where I'm kind of stepping in today. I'm here to give you some insight on good sales techniques to help you implement that follow-up process to close more sales from your online advertisements. So let's kind of dive right in. The first step is going to be having a sales strategy in place. So these leads are going to come in through Facebook or Google, and you want to have a plan of attack ready to convert these leads. So an example of a sales strategy that a business like yours might use would be first, personally getting in contact with that lead through calls, emails, and texts. From there, once you've gotten in contact with them, you want to begin the offer that you're advertising. So maybe that's a free trial, maybe that's 21 days for $21, 4 weeks for $49, whatever you decide the offer should be. From there, once they're in for that trial period, you want to conduct a needs analysis. So understand what they're looking for in a new business or in a new facility. After that, you want to spend that trial period kind of catering to those needs that you heard from them, showing you how your business is what they want. After that, the final step is not being afraid to ask for the sale. So let's kind of break those down a little bit. So the first step, trying to get personally in contact with the lead through calls, emails, and texts. So this is actually called in sales a touch model. So it's how many personal touches, calls, emails, or texts that it takes you to actually get in contact with the person you're trying to connect with. We've actually done research at ZenPlanner, and on average, it takes 8 to 10 touches, 8 to 10 of these personal touches to get in contact with the person you want to connect with. So obviously, you're probably looking at me right now as a business owner and going, what the heck? I don't have that time in my day to have call or text or email each one of these leads 8 to 10 times. I totally get that, which is why it's super crucial to use the tools you have within ZenPlanner. So that prospecting funnel or those automatic texts and emails that you can set up within the system that Austin was kind of showing you through. You can set up those automatic tasks so that yourself or a staff member is reminded to call that lead or leave them a voicemail. You could set those automatic texts and emails so that they automatically generate as well. As Austin mentioned, at the very least, it's important to have them be hit with something immediately. You want the second that they request information on that form on your website to hear from you. They basically said to you, I'm interested in your business, so you want to talk to them about your business when it's top of their brain. So kind of having them maybe automatically receive a text or an email from you to start that follow-up process. We've actually, obviously, as you've seen, as you heard earlier from Brianne, had customers that have seen incredible success through the prospecting funnel and the automations you can set up in ZenPlanner. Burt Collective was a great example of that. We generated 19 leads for her, and then from there, using those tools, she got 9 of them in for her trial period, and 7 of those 9 bought a membership with her. So again, it's just so important to have that follow-up process. Just to kind of reiterate this, I know you're super busy as a business owner, so maybe this sounds like a lot on your end. So this would be a good opportunity for you to maybe hire someone to do this process. We've had a lot of current customers finding success and hiring an intern from the local community, or having a staff member or coach that's eager to do more kind of manage this follow-up process and set up that prospecting funnel, or even just giving a member at your gym a discounted membership or a free membership to manage that process for you, so that ultimately it's getting done, and the amount of revenue that you'll receive back from actually converting these leads is going to make that process pay for itself. So yeah, if there's anything that you take away from this webinar, it's that you definitely must be diligent to follow up with these leads that come through, and kind of take ownership of that process. So from there, kind of next steps, let's say, at this point you've generated a lead, you put the 8 to 10 touches on it, you have the correct contact in for the trial period. So what do you do from there? So they're in for the trial period. They're actually in your facility now. You want to make that experience when they're in for the trial personal and memorable for them. People like to buy, they don't like to be sold. So you want to connect with them, build rapport, get them feeling emotional, because people do buy emotionally. So a good model for getting them in this emotional headspace is doing a needs analysis with them. So once they're in with them, to conduct a good needs analysis, it's about asking the right questions to understand what their needs are and what they're looking for in a new facility. Some examples of good questions would be, what are your goals? What has you checking out a new facility? What do you hope to achieve? Why do you want to achieve this goal? What is important for you to making the decision to join a facility? So kind of once you understand and get these answers, you're able to personalize their experience a lot more moving forward, because now you know what they're looking for. So maybe throughout the trial experience, they told you a goal was they want to lose weight. Well, maybe you show them the best classes you offer that are for weight loss or help with weight loss. Maybe they said they're looking to build a community. Well, maybe try going the extra mile to introduce them to members in the classes when they're in that trial period. If their goal is to just ultimately better their practice, give them a little additional attention in those trial classes and show them their growth potential and the training that you have to offer at your facility. Essentially, whatever their needs are, you want to show them that your services accomplish that. Show them the value that your services will bring, rather than just giving them the same old pitch that you give to every single other free trial person that comes in. You just want to show them that you care. So from there, once you've done all this, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. If you highlighted the value of your offerings and how your space solves what they're looking for, be upfront with them. Say something like, are you ready to get started with us? And no matter how great your follow-up process is, or your needs analysis, or your presentation of your space, you will always receive no's. That's just how it works. So don't be afraid to, from there, continue that follow-up. This is a good way to bring back in that Zen Planner prospecting funnel again, to continue that follow-up process with calls, emails, texts, and keeping in contact with them. It's going to make your facility stand out in the long run, because you showed how much you cared to bring them on board. Because some people do need more time, and those people that need more time, when they're ready to buy, the fact that you stayed in contact with them, you're going to be top of mind, even if that process took a little longer than you expected. So I think in closing, the biggest takeaway that I hope you find from this portion is just the leads that you receive through online ads are not going to close themselves. So talk to a Zen Planner team member about optimizing your prospecting funnel and making sure that you have a plan in place for when the leads come to your gym. And don't forget that people buy emotionally. Make sure to identify their needs, show them the value of your facility and how you can solve what they're looking for. So if you guys need any additional tips and tricks, feel free to give me a call or email. I'm happy to hop on a call with you and help with some more sales training.